Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday SitRep. We've finally returned from our extended road trip. We got back in late on Thursday night, so we were able to wrap up our Nebraska Brick Days as well as Brick Fair Virginia. Had an awesome time seeing everybody, and of course getting to make an island out in front of the public for the first time. I know Dan was super excited to really show off the project that he's made, progress that he's made on that project. But obviously, still Friday, still got some releases ready to hit brickmania.com. So let's dive into the design room, take a closer look at what Brickmania was up to this week.
All right, Brickmaniacs, the week is finally here. This is the culmination of medieval bricks, the Roman Praetorium. It is the largest kit in the history of Brickmania. So there you have it.
It is.
This is the reveal of the big one. Obviously, from the outside, it looks massive, but you're not really getting a good idea of just all the little details and stuff going on. This is still in its prototype phase because we had to film this before hitting the road for Brick Fair Virginia. But that doesn't mean there isn't still plenty to look at in here. So I got Dan with me, and we're going to open the roofs and dive into the Praetorium.
Right, so you're seeing the overview. And I don't know, there's so much going on here. I don't know where to start, but I think we agreed we'll start with the low rent.
Yeah.
So the Praetorium, we'll just talk about the house for a second. This is the commander's house. This is built to be like a slice of Rome in wherever province, whatever military district they're in. So it's meant to be a luxury house. It is, they send, Roman politicians, sons of wealthy families out to these outposts to kind of cut their teeth and learn how to, the trade craft of diplomacy and all that stuff is done here in the field. This is his house. This is the head. This is like a piece of the empire, the authority of the empire brought into the colony.
Wow.
So, or wherever the territory district. We'll start with the low rent district because it's up here. You have most of this is designed to serve the house of the it could be a governor, it could be just the base commander, the fort commander. But there is an extensive servants, a group of servants and slaves that has to support this household. So we'll just pull this roof off. And we'll start at the roof up at the top here. Okay. This is the servants' quarters. This is about as far out of the way that you can get in the thing. It's also like the least, the least well furnished. Because it's basically slaves and servants. For this particular one, we're furnishing it. You have servants' quarters, extensive servants' quarters. This is actually quite a nice one. They actually have their own private dining area for the servants. Away from the rest of the family. So 3 rooms furnished. You're only seeing part of it right now because it's still just the prototype. We don't yet have, we're waiting for printed pieces, waiting for all the rest of the parts that we need to put this thing together.
And if I recall correctly, there are 3 servants included for a total of 7 minifigures in this kit.
I believe so. I believe you are correct. This is the kitchen area, living area. This over here I'll get to later, but you can see it actually goes down to the bath. So the plunge pool down there.
Rubber ducky.
But it's a two-story room. Yeah, there is a rubber ducky in there. We'll get to that. So I gotta pull this off. You can. I took the roof panels off. You can take it off all as one unit if you wanted to. This comes apart quite easy.
Super clean.
Yeah. So pull this off. Here, below the servants' quarters, you have the stables, or the other way around. Above the stables is the servants' quarters. So we'll have a stable. This will come with 1 white horse and a saddle for the governor to ride in. We will make a separate kit of a chariot. So if you wanted to have your governor riding a chariot, you'll have to purchase the chariot kit separately. It will fit the stable though.
Cool.
So, and you will get a legionary soldier to pilot the chariot, but you can also stick your governor or your commander in that chariot.
That is awesome.
Roof pieces fell. So we've been tearing this thing apart, building it up, tearing it apart to get to where we need to have all the printed pieces. Because there's going to be extensive printing in all these rooms. So behind this is the stairway access to the servants area, comes in from the stables. You will have an office. It could be like a reception area, or even a guest bedroom if you so wanted to. You do have this 1 spare room. It will have decorated walls. Let's have some furnishings in it. Let's see. Let's just go from left to right.
Yeah, take us on the journey.
The guests and the family, instead of using the stable entrance, which would lead right into the servants' quarters, the family themselves and guests would come through this main area. You have this entryway. So the entryway actually served a purpose when. During business hours or office hours or open hours, these gates, the doors would be open, and the public would be allowed to come in and petition the commander, and he would actually sit on one end of the other in this entryway, elevated above the the level of the walkway here. So there is like a
throne almost.
Yeah, it's like it's a seat of power. That's done intentionally. So
Yeah.
you would basically receive guests. If you have a receptionist, if it's a VIP, they might actually be invited into the courtyard, which we have here. The courtyard is really the key to the building. Every sort of Roman civilized structure, civilized house has a courtyard area. In this case, we have a garden. There will be a pool in there. The pool, we'll be doing. I believe we're doing some printing on the bottom of the pool, which is awfully nice. Right now, you're seeing it without the water. These roof pieces all do come out, so you can see that there's a passageway that goes all the way around the courtyard to reach all of the other areas. Since I already teased this, we'll talk about the bath. This is a combination of lavatory and latrine, which is typical. A lot of the Roman households will have running water in I'm not sure, depending on where they are, they may just have to pump it in. But
sure,
we have a 2-stall latrine. This is kind of the high end. This is where everybody's going to have to use it at some point. But you do have a bathhouse. We have the tepidarium. We have basically a sauna, hot room. And then we have the plunge pool, which would be a cool room. So you start at one end of the bathhouse, go to the other. I have to pull this off, give you an idea.
Sounds therapeutic.
Yeah, well, that's the whole idea. So if you have, that's civilization in Roman times. The bathhouse, because this person is so important, they have a bathhouse built in.
Yeah.
Not every Praetorium would have a bathhouse built in as built, but it became standard that if it didn't have one as built, they would build it in the courtyard or build an add-on on the side of the building. It became a status thing that you had to have. So you do get there's some stand lamps and things in here just to keep the room lit and comfortable. We do have a rubber ducky, of course. That is the exclusive. I should pull that out.
The exclusive printed rubber duck
With the Caesar, the olive leaves. So we had a little bit of fun with that. You'll only be able to get that in this set. So sorry, it's not a printed accessory that you'll get separately. The courtyard does have this beautiful tree. You may or may not be able to build the tree to this exact. Making instructions for something that's kind of organic it wasn't exactly easy. So there's some instructions in there. You may have to fiddle around with it to get it to your liking.
Come back and watch this video, and then you'll see how it's supposed to look.
Right. Well, it's pretty good in the instructions. I did the instructions for tree, but there's just some angles, and because the pieces that make up the tree are flexible, I couldn't get that 100%. I'm just like, all right, we'll make it good enough. So. Sorry, guys. You'll have to be creative and use your artistic sense.
Yeah, moving on.
So, this is up here, the second floor of the other wing. This is like the inner sanctum. This is the living quarters of the
family's at.
of the commander and the family. And I'm gonna pull this extra roof section off because it's not needed. You have quite an extensive living space. We have some benches and tables. There'll be some games actually. This was my creation. So if anybody has the Highland Keep, there was a rocking horse in there with a small child on the rocking horse. We've recreated that this time, except it's actually rocking Trojan horse to fit with the theme. So you'll have a rocking Trojan horse. There will be I believe a small child with a Legionnaire helmet on, just so it's a fun thing to do. So this is the up inner sanctum bedroom, basically bedrooms. And living quarters, living space for the family. Below that, this is my favorite part. It's kind of a mess. Looks like the cleaners weren't here yet. Had a great party. In the back, this is the entryway. So if you were coming into the very private quarters of the family, you'd come in this entrance here. This would be like the reception, library. The family shrine is in here. This is a screen that got knocked over because we've been extensively building in here. So yeah, this is it. It's just not quite as it should be. We shouldn't knock over those stand lamps. The floors and walls will all be printed. This is kind of an amazing part. Not every floor will be printed, but we're doing marble floors wherever we can. Some of them are just patterns. This room here is the private dining room. That's kind of the heart of the house. If you're entertaining or if you're just I guess just part of everyday life would be like at the end of the day, you go into the dining room and spend hours.
You recline and eat.
Yeah, it's rest and relaxation and eating. And over in this room, we have the kitchen. So this is the kitchen for the whole household. Kitchen here, this is where the servants will be working, preparing the meals. And we have another little pantry for the kitchen in the back there. Wow. This doesn't show all the printing, which is it's kind of disappointing. A lot of the accessories and stuff that will be
We'll
going
take
in here.
more looks.
Yeah. This is the prototype. What we have coming is just it's going to be an amazing set.
Well, look at this, Brickmaniacs. Like I was saying, this is it. This is the largest set in the history of BCM.
It is, and let me actually show you some of the other cool things that you can do.
Please do.
This all does come apart, so you can. It's like a giant dollhouse. So you'll be able to access the rooms not just from above but from the sides as well. So it does come apart. You can stage little vignettes out of this. You could rearrange it any way you wanted. It does come apart, so you can.
God, it's so modular. That is very impressive.
So if you wanted to do like a stop motion or animation, you have access to everything on the inside.
Yeah, they're like little sets almost. Like that.
And a lot of those blank walls will be printed. It's going to be pretty amazing. So there'll be some sort of decoration, some sort of like scroll work or something. The Principia has extensive scroll work. So that's just kind of a preview of what this is going to be. This will take that to the next level.
Very, very impressive. And like we said, we will be taking more looks at it as it continues closer to its final phase. But for now, what exclusive few are available online are now up and online. So go ahead and scoop them up if you're into this.
If you can afford it, if this is within your realm, if your imperial ambition, this is the kit for you.
It is definitely a museum quality piece, and like Dan said, there are lots of options that you can do for it. I really like that stop motion idea.
I personally, we get one on display. I'm going to put the brick stuff, the flicker lights, and all the stand lamps. It would really look cool.
Cannot wait to see that. Otherwise, that does it for this check-in. Dan, thanks for walking us through the Praetorium. Go check it out online. Take a look at the product page and marvel in the awesomeness that is this incredible kit. All right, we're checking in once again with Mary because we've got a new Medieval Bricks release, the Trebuchet, which, as you can see, has a lot going on with it. So, Mary, this is finally one of your designs once again, not working with anybody else's stuff. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what you've created here.
Yeah, so this is a ancient or medieval trebuchet, and I basically scaled it all around the weighted brick that is in the counterweight, because otherwise, like anything smaller, the trebuchet wouldn't actually function because this weighted brick is like all that's letting it
providing
fling.
The gravity.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, we scaled it to this. I say we because it was kind of a group effort. People came around a lot to like see how it was going.
One of those popular desk models.
Yeah. Everyone likes to see how it's flinging. And so because it's kind of like a classic like science experiment, there's a lot of like, ooh, this is the perfect ratio for your trebuchet, and honestly it's pretty dang close for it to be like this small and in Lego.
Okay.
But it's functional. It has so I'm including this like boulder rock thing, and it has a string that's like attached in it, and then we're including an extra string, so if you want to tie that to anything else you want to fling, like you can go ahead and do that.
Fun.
Basically, you just like wind it up, so like you can just wind it up and down.
Oh, that functions really smoothly.
And then, I mean, if I'm gonna release it, like it's gonna. You ready for this?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Let's do it.
So you can either just like fling this lever up, but I'm just gonna let it go.
That ended up all the way over here for those of you who missed it.
Yeah, and it's pretty fun. Like it bounces. Like if we were shooting it across the counter before, and it was like it like hits the ground and like bounces away.
Yeah,
and, like,
sure.
And you can get like pretty good aim at it. It does take a little bit of time to
reset.
But I mean, like
feature.
It was for like trebuchets weren't like a quick release, quick reset. So yeah, I had really fun. There's no printing on this, but there is a wood pack print pack that will be available, and like I'm probably gonna be getting one of these.
There you go.
Probably am gonna be getting one of those print packs, so then I can load it up with the wood grain on there. Just an idea. It's supposed to be for the barracks and things, but you can use it for whatever.
Well, between this and the Sea-Wiz, you're kind of specializing in desk defense systems. People are going to appreciate that when they need to keep coworkers away, especially the ones that are functional. So very, very cool. Now available as a new release on Brickmania.com, the fully functional trebuchet designed by Mary. Thanks so much for checking in. All right, Medieval Bricks continues with a check-in at Brennan's desk because we have a Caro Ballista, and Brendan, is that a flick missile I see right now?
That is 100% a flick missile.
Oh dear, what have you done?
It's not what I've done. It's a creation of Greg Nation,
Okay.
which is a wonderful name. I remember when I got his email, I'm like, so is the last name Nation? Oh, really? Nice.
Well,
So-
definitely a cool little model designed as well to go along with that name.
Absolutely. He's integrated. So you can either use this awesome flick missile design that he sent me a little while ago, or it also comes with just a more, I've called it either display or play or display.
Sure.
So you've got your display bolt that will sit in there in a very similar fashion and won't kind of be quite as bulky. It'll look a bit more accurate. But you can't do that. So you
that's
win some, you
phenomenal.
lose some.
Yeah, right. Nice that there's both of those included in there, though. So if you want something that kind of matches that historical accuracy look, you get that. But then also, you can't beat play functions like a flick missile.
Exactly, and you'll also have, so currently you have this this man-pulled hitch to it, but you can also get, it also comes with a horse hitch, so if you happen to have any horses you'd like to be
Okay.
dragging this thing around the battlefield on, you can do that. And as you saw before, it's functionally, you can kind of turn and tilt and aim it as you like, without necessarily needing to move the cart all that much. Very detailed for being such a small kit. It's itty bitty, and yet it's super cool. Definitely not my area of expertise, but I can rant about coolness.
Yeah, and it only takes one quick look at this and the functions to know that is definitely a must-have model. So there you have it, the Carol Ballista, available right now as a Medieval Bricks new release on Brickmania.com. Brendan, thanks for checking in.
Okay, now let's turn things over to what's coming back on Monday. Kicking things off, her restock pre-order is the Presidential Limousine, the Beast, complete with the trifecta of minifigures that's included with this bad boy. Really cool design in the sense that there are some brick arms stored all over this in various clips within the doors and in the trunk as well. I think there's even some vials of the president's blood. You have the Secret Service guy there as well. Just a cool kit that John Canna put together. Kind of a lot going on in the small space that he was given to be able to keep this thing still in scale. Has been one of our more popular kits upon its drops as well. I don't think it's actually survived any of the original days in which it was first released. So it's been fairly popular and been a minute since we've had it back on Brickmania.com. So we're bringing it back again. The Beast, available right now on restock pre-order. Go ahead and scoop that up at your earliest convenience. And then also taking a look at what else is online, like we said on social media, Minifig Monday. This is a huge Monday for minifigures. So please, 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 I hope you watch this far in the video so that you have a heads up of what's coming on Monday, because the rundown is the D-Day Squad Pack, the Desert Storm Marines, the Modern Stealth Fighter Pilot, and the Well Bike with British Para. We'll also have the Perfect Caliber M16A2 with grenade launcher back and available on Brickmania.com as well. So as you can see, it is a big Monday coming up when it comes to minifigures. We'll try to do a post this weekend to remind everybody that those minifigures are right around the corner. But if you watched this far into the SitRep, now you already know, and you've got a heads up on one of the bigger Minifig Mondays that we have coming back on Brickmania.com. So make sure to take advantage of those. Otherwise, that'll be all that we have for now. We'll do a little bit preview of digital instructions as we get more back into our regular schedule next week. But that's all from me for now. Thank you very much for watching.